What is up, everybody? It's your boy Pete Manzanelli for PokerTubes, and today I'm joined by a truly prestigious guest. She's like a professional poker player, she's a TV host, she's a former contestant on The Amazing Race. Welcome, Maria, to the programs.
What's up?
Not too much. I just want to say, I didn't want to say your last name. I didn't want to be offensive. I've gotten in trouble with that word before. I hope you don't mind.
Well, I've been called worse before, so it would have been okay.
Well, maybe just if people don't know, maybe you could say your last name because I'm not going to say it.
Well, you're a true gentleman. My name is Maria Ho.
Okay, see, she said it, not me. I'm off the hook. Okay, excellent. But I'm very excited to have you on, and I think most people probably know you as a professional poker player, but you got something else cooking up this week. You are going to be hosting an event in New York, and I believe it's called the Mobile Masturbators. Is that correct?
It's actually called Mobile Masters, and it is an eSports invitational series. So New York is the first one, but they'll have one in LA as well. And so I don't know if you play any video games. You look like you might play a couple. But yeah, it's going to be a competition for, professional gamers, and also one featuring some amateurs as well that's going to get coached by some pros.
Nice. What tipped you off that I look like a gamer?
I don't know. I feel like you have a cool setup. It looks like you got some stuff going on that, I don't know.
No, you're right. I'm a huge esports guy. I'm a huge gamer, so it's an honor to talk to you. Tell us a little bit about what's going to be going down. Is it in a stadium? What's going on here?
Yeah, so it's actually under the umbrella of a convention called KCON, and KCON is a convention that has all kinds of things that it's that Koreans love. So obviously, esports is huge in Korea. Some of the best esports gamers in the world hail from Korea. A lot of Elke and other professional poker players that used to be in the gaming world, they even lived in Korea, trained with people there. So obviously, esports is a big part of that. So we're going to have an exhibition competition within the whole convention. So there's going to be a live audience, but it's also going to be streamed on Twitch as well.
Nice. And you mentioned that a lot of the popularity of this sport and a lot of the best players are over in Asia. I'm all about America, baby. How do we take back esports and make America the premier destination for esport gamers? What do we need to do?
Well, you know what it is I think we're not really taught growing up that we could actually play video games and make a living from it. I feel like in America, your parents are like, oh, please stop playing video games. It's a waste of your time. And I think culturally speaking, some parts of Asia, they see that as a strategy game more so, and they see that it's not a waste of time, and that they understand that, if their kids are putting time into this, that somehow it is something that takes, obviously not only a lot of intelligence, but also dexterity and things that you have to practice from a young age. So I think if we need to want to take back esports, then I think we just need to change the culture of what we think about, conventional paths of what we can do to make a living, and also stop hating on our kids for playing video games every once in a while.
Yeah, did you hear that, Mom? Stop hating on me. I'm just playing video games, okay? I'm sorry about that. She gets mad at me for playing video games, and I have to get her off my back, Well, and so how did you were just recently, you were hosting at the Super High Roller Bowl in Las Vegas, and you're very involved in the poker community. How do you get involved in esports like this, kind of dipping your toes into these new waters?
Yeah, so I actually participated in a Twitch stream that involved professional Hearthstone players versus professional poker players. And it was me, Doug Polk, Scott Ball, and we played 3 games against these Hearthstone players, poker, Hearthstone, and Pac-Man. And so that was kind of the first time that I really got more involved in, the esports side of things. I've obviously always played video games as a kid. I picked up Hearthstone after poker because there's a natural correlation between the two games. It's pretty easy to transition, I think. But after that live stream, I started, working with Amazon. That was through Amazon App Store. And I started working with them on another esports event this past December in Vegas. And now it's just turned into, a year-long partnership where I will be hosting a few of their esports events, as well as, not only live events, but also kind of be their face of their esports.
Nice. Man, like you've done Amazing Race, you've done American Idol, now you're doing this. You're kind of like a Forrest Gump renaissance man.
I like things that challenge me. And so, obviously poker is a very challenging game, but I've been doing it for 10 years. So it's always nice to kind of broaden my horizons and try different things. And, hopefully, esports obviously is so huge now. And I hope that poker can get to that level and have that resurgence again. But it's also nice to kind of, see what else is out there.
Yeah, and like I feel like you and me are both well positioned as both like esports and poker pros to comment on like the similarities and the differences between esports and poker players. Do you think I could throw a few questions at you and you could tell me about the differences between the two?
Yes, sure.
Okay. Who do you think works out more, esports players or poker players?
That is a good question. I'm going to have to go with poker players only because if you asked me this question 2 years ago, I would say maybe gamers. But in the last 2 years, there's been people trying to get really fit in poker. It's become kind of like, having a healthy lifestyle has become, there we go.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I didn't
It's become important to poker players. So now you see a lot of poker players getting in shape.
I know it's kind of trendy, dude. Everybody's trying to look like the Manzanelli. I get it. Okay, who smells worse? Esports players or poker? You're having to interview both of these.
I think poker players, to be honest, because you know why? Ooh. Here's the thing. Poker players will, stay at a casino for 24 hours, 48 hours. They're not going home to shower. But listen, a lot of gamers, they're playing from their own home. They could go and take a 5-minute break and shower if they stink. It's just not as convenient for poker players to go and get up from a game and go take a shower.
Did you hear that, poker players? You guys are on blast. Maria and Manz say you guys smell. Go take a shower every once in a while. Let's go. Okay, one more. Who gets laid more? Poker players or esports gamers?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I think gamers, because I feel like esports probably has a wider audience. It's more popular at the moment. And poker is a little bit more niche, I feel like. So I'm going to go with gamers.
No, I can actually, from my, anecdotal evidence, I can confirm that because I tell ladies like I crush like 3-6 limit. And like the panties don't necessarily drop, and then I tell them that I'm a Hearthstone gamer, and they're like, "Dude, where can we get into bed?" It's just like it happens. So I can agree with that. The ladies love the gamers. So I actually I need your advice on something. So normally I would clear my schedule. I would sit down in front of my computer and watch the mobile masturbators like all weekend long. But it's my niece's first birthday this week, and like. I need your advice. Like, should I miss it or should I go to the birthday? Because my thought is she's like 1 year old. She's not going to remember the birthday party anyways, and I really want to watch this. Like, what do you think?
That is true. I feel like you could go and watch this on your phone, though.
Do you think? I feel like my mom would get mad at me and like my family if I was just over there in the corner just like cheering on gamers, dude.
But at least you showed up. Don't you think they would be more upset if you didn't go at all?
It's true. Isn't that a phrase? Like half the battle in life is just showing up. I could use that phrase.
You could use that phrase. I think that would work well in this case.
Okay. I'm going to go and I'm going to watch it on my corner. I'm going to be cheering on. I'm going to be like, yo, Bahira just like took down like 8 guys in Hearthstone. And then everyone's going to be looking at me. I'm going to be like, Maria just said I had to show up. I just had to show up.
You can blame it on me.
To take it back to poker real quick, you were at the Super High Roller Bowler. I have to ask, were you able to talk to my dear friend, Kevin Hart?
I did get to talk to Kevin Hart. I actually met Kevin Hart at, another poker event, a Poker Stars championship event in the Bahamas. And he's freaking hilarious. And I think he's so good for the game. But yes, I did get a chance to talk to him. He is as funny when the cameras are not on as when they are. And he didn't smell bad. So that's my Kevin Hart update for you.
Kevin and I have like a long history together. We're bros. I mean, I will say, watching him, he was a bit of a nit in that tournament. I was like, come on, Kevin, open up your ranges a little bit. So like we've been going back and forth over text, but I like to give him a hard time about being a nit.
Yeah, I mean he definitely played, you know, when I watched back, he definitely did play a few spots tighter than I thought he would because I think Kevin in some ways has a reputation in poker to maybe be a little bit looser and kind of aggressive. But, you know, I think he maybe just switched it up because I think when you are playing against the elite of poker, you should probably play a little bit on the tighter side so it's harder to exploit.
Yeah, it's all right. He's gonna learn, dude. So one thing before I let you go, I know you're very busy. You probably don't know this, but like I'm searching for my dear friend, Tom Dwan's. I've been looking for him everywhere, and I was just curious if you happened in your travels to bump into him. Do you know anything about his whereabouts?
You know, people say that he is in, you know, the Philippines a lot, in Macau a lot. I feel like I might have either seen, I went to Macau recently. I either saw or heard that he was in the building when I was there, but I cannot confirm that. But I will say I believe he is alive, so there's hope.
First of all, it's so good that you say that because the last person I talked to like cussed about a rumor that he was dead and I like had a breakdown on camera. So just to hear that he has a pulse is like a huge relief to me.
Yeah, I feel pretty certain that he does, so I think you can rest easy on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep hunting. I'm gonna be out at the World Series of Poker for a few weeks, maybe kind of fishing around there for information, but I might have to just go to Macau and kind of track him down that way.
I feel like if you really want to find Tom Dwan, you will probably have to go somewhere in Asia.
Okay, that's good to know. I'm not writing off anything from the table. I will find him. Maria, I really thank you for your time. Why don't you let people know where they can find you on Twitter and give them the information again for the mobile masturbators this weekend?
All right, so they can find me on twitter.com/Maria Ho and Instagram Maria underscore Ho. And if they want to have more information about Mobile Masters, they could go to m2invitational.com. But also, it'll be live on Twitch this weekend, Friday and Saturday. So
Nice. I'll be streaming from my niece's 1-year-old birthday. Maria's going to be hosting the event. Maria, thank you for chopping it up with us on PokerTube. Have a great weekend.
thank you. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.